Hello everyone, and welcome to my Coronation Street official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Paula Lane, star of Emmerdale, affirms Ella Forster's destiny. Paula Lane has announced that she has re-signed her contract with Emmerdale, meaning that she and her problematic character will continue to appear on the soap opera for some time to come. Ella Forster, a quiet receptionist at first, has developed into one of the show's most thought-provoking characters after it was discovered that the trauma from a very dark background was being concealed behind her polite and gentle appearance. When viewers discovered that 11-year-old Ella had killed another child in a fit of irrational rage while attempting to hold onto the one support system she could trust, they were horrified. Though Ella insisted she had been rehabilitated and would never do something like that again, the discovery made quite a commotion in the hamlet. Unfortunately, the unsettling revelation was sufficient to ruin her relationship with Liam, who will not be overly impressed when Ella informs him she is expecting his child. Assuring fans on Instagram that she won't be departing the soap opera anytime soon, Lane allays their fears that this plot will not be rushed through. The actor shared a picture of herself as the role, dressed in a hospital robe and gown, with scratches and bruises on her face. It's not apparent what could have caused these concerning injuries, though. The caption for Lane's photo says, "Oh Ella, what comes next? I can attest to having signed a new deal today. I'm thrilled to be relocating to Emmerdale as my second home for the foreseeable future." The actress previously discussed the unexpected changes involving her character with RadioTimes.com. She started, "Ella is so ashamed of her past. She has had to start over every time the truth has been revealed in the past, so it is extremely painful to tell and realize that there is no turning back now. She always bears that weight in the back of her mind. Acting like everything is normal is a band-aid solution, and the guilt is palpable behind closed doors." Lane continued, "Every birthday is a reminder of what happened and will never allow her to fully move on." In a startling tale of cosmetic surgery, Bethany Platt becomes critically ill. Next week, Bethany Platt's new plot takes a terrifying turn when her loved ones find out she is receiving critical care in a Turkish hospital. As Joel Deering turns against Roy Cropper, is he in danger in the meantime? When Mason Radcliffe reappears, Gary Windass steps in and Bernie Winter and daughter Gemma Winter Brown organize a memorable occasion. Ultimately, Mother Fizz's significant birthday is eclipsed by Hope Dobbs's new habit. With Bethany gone, Carla Connor speculates to Sarah Platt that Daniel Osborne would get back together with his former partner Daisy Midgley. Sarah brushes this off and grows increasingly concerned when Daniel calls her back from seeing Daisy to inform her that Bethany is in critical condition and that they must leave for Turkey immediately. Sarah discovers her passport has expired while hastily packing, but the week takes an even more worrying turn. Daniel informs Sarah that Bethany's infection is serious and that she won't be able to leave the country until her medical expenditures are covered due to travel insurance concerns. After a botched cosmetic treatment, Coronation Street has disclosed that Bethany will have a permanent stoma. Sarah shares some life-changing news with Bethany as she regains consciousness. Colostomy UK is collaborating with the ITV soap opera to faithfully depict Bethany's new situation. As the week goes on, Daniel confides in Daisy and comes up with a scheme to launch a crowdsourcing website in order to raise the £25,000 needed for Bethany's medical expenses. Then things get worse for Bethany, and Sarah notices that she is having trouble breathing. Can Bethany make a full recovery? Joel declares he still loves Dee Dee Bailey and that the wedding rings serve as a reminder of everything he has lost as he approaches her holding their rings. Ed and Ronnie Bailey intervene, causing Dee Dee to flinch. It remains to be seen if they will enforce the law on their own. Roy phones Lauren at the hospital in the meantime to see how she's doing. She tells him that her infant son Frankie is having a scan to see whether he has any brain damage, and Lauren is crying. Lauren tells Dee Dee that she has been tracking Joel using a tracker app and that he has been spending a lot of time around an industrial park and a field. Moreover, he abruptly placed £5,000 into her account. What is Joel getting himself into? Later, while Joel is by himself in his flat writing a letter, Dee Dee informs Ed and Ronnie that it ought to have been her wedding day. Joel then locks the door behind him after stumbling into the cafe where Roy is by himself. Roy, is he in danger? Betsy Swain is begged by Dylan Wilson to confess to setting the purse on Mason, but she won't. Dylan admits to his father, Sean Tully, that Betsy, not Mason, took the customer's pocketbook. The news of Mason's release is discussed by Betsy, Dylan, and Liam Connor the next day, right before Mason makes an appearance. Gary rushes in and snatches Mason after receiving a message from Liam. He pins Mason against a wall until Stu Carpenter frees Gary from Mason. Stu offers Mason his job back and apologizes for not trusting him about the purse. Mason appears to be getting a fresh start, but as the week goes on, he shows up for work with a black eye and appears to have suffered a head injury. After working at Speed Doll for a while, a vulnerable Mason returns covertly and unfolds his sleeping bag, much to the ire of Gary and Maria Connor. Will Yasmin Metcalf and Stu find out? Billy Mayhew and Bernie are still at odds over Paul Foreman's funeral arrangements. Gemma recommends letting Billy have his way and holding a rave as their own send-off for Paul later. Soon after the planning begins, Kit Green, Gemma's half-brother, still hasn't confirmed whether or not they can close the street for the rave. Can Kit exert enough influence? When Billy learns later that Paul's funeral is on what would have been their first wedding anniversary, he becomes unhappy. Is it possible for the family to get together and bid Paul a proper farewell? Tyrone Dobbs receives a text from the school while he and Fizz celebrate Fizz's 40th birthday at the bistro, and Hope's covert vaping habit is soon made public. Hope isn't interested in listening to Fizz and Tyrone lecture their daughter about the negative repercussions of vaping. Although she knocks some vapes off the shelf on her way out, she takes some vapes from the corner store. Is Adi Allahan correct in assuming he has caught Hope off guard by seeing them on the floor? Lisa Riley of Emmerdale honors Steve Hallowell with a Radiotimes.com Soap Awards victory. In her victory speech for Best Comedy Performance at the Radiotimes.com Soap Awards 2024, presented by Inspired Villages, Lisa Riley, an Emmerdale performer, honored the late Steve Hallowell. Due to a previously scheduled vacation, the comedian and actor was unable to attend the ceremony in person. Nevertheless, she sent a heartfelt video greeting from the Emmerdale set, thanking everyone who voted for her. Thank you, a million thank yous that I've won Best Comedy Performance, she said. I'm not even sure if I'm humorous. It's the brilliant authors at Emmerdale. When they write for Mandy, they undoubtedly have 3 glasses of Malbec. However, it's enjoyable. Playing Mandy is an absolute pleasure for me. I look forward to it every day. I also enjoy collaborating with other talented comedians, such as Dominic Brunt, who plays Patty. I'm really blessed, and I'm only funny because they're funny. That's the truth of it, really. Riley made his soap opera debut in 1995 and remained off the show for a long time until Mandy Dingle made a comeback in 2019. She collaborated closely with the late Hallowell, who tragically passed away late last year from an illness. Hallowell played Mandy's Uncle Zach Dingle for nearly 30 years. The one true comedy icon is Steve Hallowell, Uncle Zach, the love of my life, Riley said in her awards speech. When I was